Hello Scorpio, this is Seth and you're watching Rodriguez Mystic, and this is your general tarot and oracle card forecast for the month of December 2017, and this video will be useful to you if your sun or your moon are in Scorpio, or if Scorpio is your rising sign. And the cards that I'm working with today are the Aquarian Tarot and the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck, Nature's Whispers and Earth Magic. And you can find the details for these decks in the information below this video. So I'm just going to start shuffling now, and we're doing a general reading for Scorpio for the month of December 2017. Okay Scorpio, so the central message, the overall message for the month of December, we have the Justice card. The Justice card obviously is about fairness, truth, equality, things being correct. It really feels to me like if you've been feeling in your life that there is something that has been, if there's some kind of injustice that has been going on in your life, you may find that it is rectified in the month of December for you. You may also find that at this time of year, you're able to be more authentic to yourself. You may feel like you have the freedom to be more yourself. For example, it could be, to give a very mundane example, maybe you have some time off work and you're able to just let your hair down and be you more. You know, you don't have to, maybe you don't have to worry so much about presenting a particular image to the world. Maybe because you're spending time more with friends and loved ones this time of year, because obviously for many of us we celebrate Christmas or the winter solstice. So you maybe feel like you can let your hair down and be more you this month. But there's a lot here about truth and authenticity. Obviously these readings shouldn't all just be about Christmas and what people are doing at Christmas. I keep having to remind myself that because I've made a lot of these readings very Christmas centric. But in any aspect of your life where you feel that there has been some kind of injustice, you may find that things balance out in December, and it could be something to do with the year winding down and coming to an end now. It feels like a guard has been dropped and you can be more yourself. So that's the central message for December. Now at the beginning of December we have the Eight of Cups. This could tie in quite well with what I've just said actually about the Justice card. The Eight of Cups obviously is about walking away from something which no longer serves us, turning our back on something. And it could be that in the process of turning our back on something and letting go of something that doesn't serve us anymore, we're actually being more true to ourselves and more authentic. So that ties in really well there with the Justice card. The Eight of Cups can often represent an emotional letting go of something, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, something where we had a connection there that's no longer there anymore, or it was becoming toxic, and we're walking away from it, and it feels like walking away from it is the best thing that we can do. So we may be beginning the month of December feeling a little bit broody about what has just happened, but at the same time knowing that we've made the right decision, we're being more true to ourselves, and we can be a lot more clear-headed, and we can look forward to the rest of the month now that we are released and free from those shackles, from whatever it was that we were attached to that wasn't good for us anymore. As we get into the center, the middle of December, this is really interesting. We have the Six of Swords. I've had the Six of Swords in the middle of December for several signs now. To me, it really feels like something is going to be happening middle of December that's going to be affecting a lot of people, but a lot of people are going to be feeling like they're letting go of something, and they're able to move forward, to let go of anything that's stressing them out. this card is about leaving a situation that has been stressful and heading towards a place of safety and refuge where things are going to be calmer for us. I think, for a lot of people, this is simply referring to the fact that there's a lot of people middle of December who may be finishing up the work that they do in order to prepare for the time off that many people take around the Christmas period. So this could literally just be referring to finishing up any last minute projects, anything that you're working on, getting those finished so that you can just go home, go back to family or wherever you're spending the end of December, so that you can put all of that behind you. So I do think that that is the message for this card for quite a lot of people. It's simply referring to tying up any loose ends and just making sure we've got everything done before that moment that we go off to spend time with friends and loved ones for Christmas. I think that is the message for a lot of people here. But in this reading, this seems to tie in very well. It's a very natural follow-up from the Eight of Cups. So it feels like middle of December, you're really going to be, you really are going to be distancing yourself from whatever this stressful situation was in the past. And if whatever this is about for you, if this is about letting go of a relationship, for example, this could be talking about at the point where you actually relocate or you have some physical distance between you and this person or situation that you're turning your back on now. And as we go to the end of December, we have the Emperor. This really does suggest that you're going to be feeling a lot more powerful and in control. And again, I think that this is a consequence of letting go of whatever this situation is, but also the fact that we have justice as the theme for the month. You're going to be feeling more powerful in yourself. This is about personal sovereignty. You're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable in your own skin now because you've taken a decision into your own hands and you've dealt with it for your own improvement to better yourself. So by the end of December, you may really be feeling quite empowered and like you're looking to the next year from a vantage point where you're higher up. You've got rid of what needed to be gotten rid of, and now you can have your fresh start. But this feels like you're approaching 2018 in a much better headspace. There's a greater sense of confidence and a real sense of accomplishment that you don't have to deal with whatever it is that you've left behind. And your tips and hints card is the Judgment card, and I often get the Judgment card and the Justice card coming up in the same reading a lot of the time. The Judgment card is that crunch point. It's crunch time. It's when something you've been working towards or psyching yourself up for a long time, it's finally now that the conclusion is being made. It's like the verdict in the Justice card. So it really feels like this moment of truth will be happening from the beginning of December to mid-December. But the beginning of December really is when it's already beginning. It may even have started at the end of November, but it really feels like everything that you have put into motion to take yourself out of that situation, now it's time. It's time to progress to the next level up. There's a real feeling of leveling up and becoming more confident and powerful within yourself in December. From the Vintage Wisdom deck, we have Union. This is a very positive, happy card. It's about things feeling balanced again. So it's about the truth. In a romantic reading, for example, the Union card can suggest when we have a very significant romantic connection with someone, the kind of connection that some people might use the terms twin flame or soulmate for. I don't really use those terms myself, because I'm not actually personally sure how I feel about those. But this is a very wholesome card. It's about finding that final piece and feeling complete again. So there is again that sense of sovereignty, feeling whole once more. Because when you think about what a union is, it's when two opposites come together and become whole. So there's a union happening there. But I feel this union for most Scorpios is more talking about personal sovereignty, feeling more empowered within yourself rather than feeling empowered because you've met the right person. This feels very much being complete and whole unto yourself, because I do feel for quite a few Scorpios that this walking away that happens with the Eight of Cups, that could be referring to letting go of a person in your life, whether it's a romantic relationship that is ending or a friendship, some kind of connection or interaction. You're distancing yourself from that. It could be that it's a toxic person, and it really feels like you're going to be feeling a lot better and more complete, more able to be authentic to yourself by feeling very whole and unified within yourself. Then we have expansion from Nature's Whispers. This card is perfect considering that we have the Emperor. So the Emperor in Tarot, this represents Jupiter, otherwise known as Zeus, the king of the gods. So Jupiter in planetary magic and in Western astrology is associated with expansion. Expansion is one of the key words for the Emperor, for Jupiter. So not only do we have this sense of being more empowered and taking on this Emperor role for yourself, but there's also a sense that you will be able to expand now. It's almost like you can breathe properly now that you have let go of this restrictive relationship or restrictive situation. You've walked away from it, and now you can truly expand. You're going to be able to be yourself even more. Maybe even more than you could have imagined. Maybe being more yourself than you have been for years. So there's a real sense that as you go into the new year, there's a lot of hope and optimism here, and there's a lot of ambition that you're going into the new year with. And we have wind and activation from the Earth Magic deck here. This is about movement, plans going underway, and it's about significant changes happening. And again, it feels like you can breathe. I'm getting that breath and air and wind coming in here. It feels like it's saying, because you're letting go of this situation, now you can breathe more, you can be more yourself. You can express yourself more, you can spill out more, and you can be more yourself. And there's a lot of changes coming in. You know, if this was talking about leaving a relationship, it could literally be referring to, like, now you've got the bed to yourself. You can spread out more physically, literally spread out more because you've got more space. But I think for many Scorpios, this is talking about ambition and that things are really going to be getting underway for you. It feels like the end of December, you're already going to be plotting. And there's going to be some changes happening quite quickly into the new year. So it's an exciting note to end 2017 on for you, Scorpio. So that is your general tarot and oracle forecast. I hope that you find that useful and helpful. You can find all the information about the decks that I've been working with below this video if you want to look into them or purchase them for yourself. I highly recommend all of these decks. And if you want to book a reading with me, you can find my details below. You can also find details to all of my other social media outlets where you can read my blog or see my artwork or anything like that. And feel free to subscribe and share this video and all the rest of that good stuff. So until next time, Scorpio, have a great December, and I will see you in the new year.